This is the last module in arts, which is module 3. And in this lesson, we will focus on the different architectural structures made during the ancient, classical, and medieval art periods. This is the continuation of our arts module 1 and module 2 lessons. The main focus of this last module lesson is the different architectural styles developed during the ancient, classical, and medieval period. First, let's talk about the prehistoric architecture. During this time, man has developed a form of architecture based on megaliths, which is a big rock, from the Greek word lithos, meaning stone, and megas, meaning big. This architecture is made of huge stone blocks, which were probably intended for burial. Megalithic monuments have always ignited man's imagination. It provided plenty of legends and superstition. During this era, stones and rocks were associated with divinity. During the prehistoric period, 3 types of megalith stones were developed: the menhir, dolmens, and cromlech. Let's first talk about the menhir stones. Menhir stones are an upright monumental stone standing by itself or in a group. Tulad ng nakikita nyo sa picture, the stones are standing vertically or in an upright position, and they are sometimes a group of many stones or only one standing stone. The second type of megalith stone is called the dolmens. These structures are in the form of table consisting of 2 huge standing stones supporting a horizontal giant stone. It is believed that it is served as a grave or as an altar. So as you can see in the picture, dolmen stones ay parang mga table or mga stones na nakaform as lamesa or table. During this time, ang mga dolmens ay ginagamit as grave or libingan o kaya naman ay ginagawang mga altar. And the last kind of megalith stone is called the cromlech. Cromlech is a Brythonic word where crom means bent or curved, and lech means slab or flagstones. It is a circle of standing stones. As you can see in the picture, cromlech stones ay parang combination ng menhir at dolmens, pero they are in a circular form or paikot ang pagkakapwesto ng mga bato. This structure in the picture is called the Stonehenge. This is an ancient megalithic monument in southern England, probably used in rituals. After the prehistoric period, the Egyptian architecture emerged. This architectural style was developed during the pre-dynastic period in 4000 BC. And of course, kapag pinag-uusapan ng Egyptian architectures, ang pinaka-famous na structure na nagawa nila are the pyramids. One of the most famous pyramids na nagawa during this period is called the Pyramids of Giza. These 3 pyramids in the Pyramids of Giza are the funerary structures of the 3 kings of the 4th dynasty. Aside from the pyramids, Egyptian people also made what they called as mastaba. It is a type of Egyptian tomb in the form of a flat-roofed, rectangular structure with outward sloping sides. It was made of mud bricks or stone. Para rin itong pyramid, pero hindi ito pointed shape at ginagamit nila ito bilang isang tomb or libingan. After Egyptian period is the Greek period. The most famous architecture during this period are temples that consist of a central shrine or room in an aisle surrounded by a row of columns. These buildings were designed in one of 3 architectural style or orders: the Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. Itong 3 kinds of orders na ito ang ginagamit na foundation or halige ng mga buildings na ginagawa nila. Now let's see the difference among the 3 architectural orders. First is the Doric style. This is typically characterized by a flute column, having a capital convex circular molding supporting a square slab or abacus. Second is the Ionic style. It can be most easily recognized by the scrolled capital on top of the columns. And the last one is the Corinthian style. It uses a column topped with an ornate capital with acanthus leaves and small scrolls. One of the most famous architectural structure made in the Greek period is the Parthenon. This is a classical Greek architecture that used the golden ratio. The word Petra in Greek means stone, which are easily found in this area and used in their structures. After the Greek period comes the Roman era. The Roman architecture was at its peak during Pax Romana. Pax Romana is the period in which the Roman Empire didn't expand and wasn't invaded. This is the architecture of the Nordic tribes that besieged the Roman Empire. Napoleon Bonaparte commissioned several works that would, in a sense, recreate Paris as a new Rome. And also, concrete was the biggest innovation of Roman architecture. One of the most famous structures made during the Roman period is the Colosseum. It is also known as Flavian Amphitheater, mostly used as arenas for public games, baths, and procession. Next period is the Byzantine era. During this time, mosaic decoration was perfected by the Byzantines, as was the use of clerestory to bring light in from high windows. One of the most famous work in this period is the Hagia Sophia, also known as Holy Wisdom of Istanbul, Turkey. It was built in 537 AD by Isidorus and Anthemius. And now the last period is the Gothic era. The term Gothic was first used by a Florentine historiographer named Giorgio Vasari. This architecture design included two new devices: pointed arch, which enabled builders to construct much higher ceiling vaults, and stone vaulting borne on a network of stone ribs supported by piers and clustered pillars. One of the most famous structures in this period is a cathedral named Cathedral of Chartres. And that ends all our topics in arts for the first quarter. Now, here are the activities that you need to do in Arts Module 3. You may answer them online in the links that I will post in our FB group, or if you cannot answer online, just write an answer sheet. Here are the activities for this last arts module. These are all a total of 20 items. After our discussion, you may proceed in answering all the activities, and we will start with another module next meeting.